And then the guy has the audacity to upgrade 2 things and then go, well, see ya. I'm like, where you're going, mate? I've got 32 Korok seeds, dude. I've launched at least 16 of your backpack friends. You get over here, Hetsu. I'm not done. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the HGO podcast. I'm one of your hosts today, Ethan, and joining me, as always, are my good friends Kyle.
Hello.
And Hunter. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just swell.
We're here, bro.
You changed up the intro this week. I like it.
Did I?
It's a brand new episode.
Oh,
Instead of
wow.
back for another episode.
Wow. Okay,
Oh.
cool. I didn't even notice. There you go. This is what we got to now, where it's just like, as long as the rhythm's right, I probably said the same thing. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I did it, Cal. You're right, Cal. I did it because it's a new era. It's a new era of video games, everybody. We're here. The game of the century has arrived, apparently. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is out now.
Here to dethrone the last game of the century.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
It only took 6 games for 6 years. 6 games? 6 years for video games to peak again. And it's just the same game again. It's great.
Wowee.
We're here. Zelda is finally out. We have waited. It's been 6 years and 2 months, but we finally got here. There is a sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it is called The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know for the past 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 10 months, I've been saying Breath of the Wild 2. But I promise you that starting today, I can finally say that it is called The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I just didn't want to spoil it for anybody. That was the thing. It was a bit, guys. I wasn't stupid. It was a bit. But it's here. And we've all been playing it. Cal did hop on the bandwagon.
I did.
Which is pretty cool.
It's because the bandwagon had ice cream on the way.
It is true.
It's true.
Doug Bowser was just giving everything to get people to buy it, dude. What can we say?
There's like a Dairy Queen 3 minutes down the road from the GameStop.
So you just had to.
I had to.
Do they got the S'mores Blizzard in rotation at yours?
I don't think so.
Boo.
That sounds really good though. I'll have to take a look next
It's
time.
one of my favorites.
Does sound pretty good.
I'll have to pick one up when I go get Street Fighter.
That's not too long away either. Oh my god. But yeah, it's here. We've all been playing it, so we're going to talk all about it. But quickly, if you're new here, welcome to the show. We're here every Monday. We talk about everything we love in the world of gaming. You can find us on podcast services, search for Hot Gamers Only, or go to youtube.com/Hot Gamers Only, where you can look at our stupid faces each and every Monday. Bit of housekeeping. There's a review for Jedi Survivor, whatever that game's called. Haven't played it.
Yeah.
Own it. Haven't played it.
Jedi Survivor.
It's out now. And you guys have been watching it.
Order 2.
Jedi Fallen Order 2, as I like to call it. Everything is just the original game too. But yeah, you guys have been watching it. Thank you ever so much for the support. Thank you for supporting the Xenoblade review as well. They're both up, so if you want to check them out, that's pretty cool. We are so close to 200 subscribers. We are literally a couple off. So if you're on podcast services or if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If we hit 200 subscribers, we will do a spoiler cast for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And by us, I mean me and Hunter, because we don't want to subject Kyle to that, because he's been kind enough to do first impressions. We won't make him do a spoiler cast, because I also don't think he wants to listen to me and Hunter nerd out about the Breath of the Wild universe for 2 hours, especially when half of it will be this changed from the original.
There would be a hilarious tier of Kyle didn't play it at all, or play Breath of the Wild at all, and then you played Breath of the Wild, and then I'm just in general a Zelda geek who at the beginning of the game was like, huh, interesting, in reference to other games that weren't Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. So yeah, but we won't do that to him, because I can guarantee it'll be all the
Unless
shit
he loses
that
the fantasy critic again.
Unless you lose the fact that's your punishment is you're gonna have to sit on spoiler cast that you haven't played.
I already did that for Persona 5.
Yeah, but you
What more do you
moderated
want
that
from
one.
me?
That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years
3
ago.
hours.
Yeah, you get 1 hour for every year. Your tax has been paid. There you go. You're done.
That was 3 hours of me sitting on mute listening to you and Jacob talk.
But you're
who,
telling
at
me you
that
don't
point,
want to.
You've never spoken to, which
Wait,
impressed
yeah.
both of y'all could keep up a conversation for 3 hours.
Dude, you know me.
I wish we had
when-
done webcams by then. It would have been really fun to just
Dude, I'm
watch
so
that
glad
episode
I'm so glad we
and
weren't
see
doing
Kyle
webcams
just
back then.
not do it and just looking around and probably leave at some point and come back.
Oh, I definitely did. There was one part I booted up. Sam was playing Crash 2 at the time. I booted up Crash 2, his stream on my phone. I'm just like, dude, this podcast has been going for like an hour and a half. They're nowhere close to being done yet.
Well, here's the thing
Amazing.
is, right, is that
Sam
like a
was
lot
at
of
Turtle Woods
people
or some shit, so he also wasn't close to being done with that run.
are surprised because it's like people watch the podcast or they listen to the podcast, right, and they expect me to be a kind of extroverted kind of person, and I'm not. I have anxiety. I am extremely introverted when it comes to face talking or stuff like that. But as soon as I can go out, like if it's talking online or whatever, if there's that barrier of you not being in the room with me, I can talk for hours, dude. I can
I
literally
can't
talk to
feel
a
you
stranger about
judging
anything.
me, so
Yeah,
I
I
can
can't
talk
feel
as
the
much
judgment.
nonsense
Yeah.
as I want.
100%. Also, it's because I'm not very good with eye contact. So when I'm talking to people, it's really hard. But with webcams and stuff like that, I can look into a camera pretty easily. So it's not really hard for me to do that. But yeah. Anyway, if you want to hear me and Hunter gush about Zelda, do you want us to hear about the intricate details of, wow, what is the difference between Tarry Town now and then? I don't know. I haven't got to
Oh,
it
I
yet,
can't
but we'll
wait.
talk about it. Hit that
Yeah.
subscribe button. Get us to 200 subs. We're literally like 8 off as of recording. So if you could do that, that is awesome. You've been
If we
guys
hit
been
it in the
smashing
next
recently.
week, you'll have to wait a little bit. Be reasonable, please.
Hey, yeah, do it. You know, we've got some fun stuff in store, and hey, that's a really cool milestone to hit. So if you can do that, that's awesome. We've got some cool stuff coming up in the future weeks and months and stuff like that. So if you could do that, it's one step closer. Thank you so much. Anyway, we've kept you all waiting long enough. Not as long as Nintendo's kept us waiting, but you know, it's fine.
True.
It's just a minute for every year that we've waited. It's all good. It's all good. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is finally here. It has been released. It is on Nintendo Switch. You can buy it now for the low price of $70, or your regional equivalent. Kyle, how long have you played? How much have you played?
That's a really good question.
It's great because
Probably-
on Nintendo Switch you can hardly tell. It's good, isn't it? You just have to, and this game has no in-game clock, by the way, so you don't know. You just have to go off of core
Yeah,
feel.
you just have to guess. Yeah.
Epic. Yeah, I'd probably put it at like 10-ish hours,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere between 8 and 10.
Hunter?
Probably around like 12 to 14.
Okay. I did. I
And
wanted.
Stato?
Yeah, I have my account added as a friend on a different account, so I can see what my game time is. Because you can do that if you go in trending. I've already put over 15 hours, and I know it's closer to 20 than it is to 15. So it's like because I hit 15 hours or more this morning, so I know I'm closer to 20. So in
Yeah,
the
I
past
played
2
for-
days, I
I
think I've
played for
played like 20
several
hours.
hours yesterday, and I started at noon today, and only really took a break for food.
Yeah,
I had to play D&D with friends last night, so I didn't even get off the island until this morning.
you silly bugger. But no, yeah. So I've put like 20 odd hours into it. And we're like, I feel like even though Kyle's put the least amount of time into it, I feel like Kyle is definitely the person who's the furthest along in the story because me and Hunter got to the point where they go, choose your destination. And me and Hunter just went anywhere but those 4 destinations. Off we go. So we're all around the same. We're all around the same ballpark kind of area. We're all just kind of vibing. So we'll talk about the intro and stuff like that. We've got a lot to talk about. I made notes, so I'm ready to go. I didn't write names down, so because I'm great with names already, so I don't need that. But I've got such great
It
statements.
seems
like
like the most important thing you should have done.
Pardon?
Well, to be fair,
I
they're
literally wrote whatever his name as King whatever as the Sony guy. I just put the guy, dude. I just put the guy, and then I was
Raru?
like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm great, dude. I'm great. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? Write names, Kyle? I know that there's Link, it's
Yes.
Zelda, it's Impa, it's all the others. It's the cast of characters. Like,
Ura.
what kind of... Yeah.
Robbie.
Yeah, dude.
There's this guard at the middle of the lookout landing. His name is Scorpus. Scorpus
yeah.
gonna scorp.
It is what it is, dude. It is what it is. But, I've got notes. We'll talk about it. So, we should probably talk about... We are going to give slight spoilers. We don't know what the fuck's happening, but we are going to talk about where we're up to. So, if you haven't reached mainland, that is your cutoff. Okay, without saying more. If you've not reached the mainland, hey, maybe don't watch. Or if you have and you don't care, come along. It's gonna be fun. Let's talk about the intro, dude. I think I was under the assumption, that first trailer we got, I was like, that's probably the intro, and it was. So I was like, what happened to the weird elephant things?
I was thinking that there might be a little bit of wind up to it. I don't think in my head I was imagining that the opening cutscene was just gonna have them hang out there. And I'm like, oh, we're getting right to the point. Cool.
Yeah, my first note was love and hate that it starts right away. And my meaning by that was you could have at least put a begin game thing at the start, dude. Like I was ready to
Breath
sell
of the
you
Wild
menu
didn't have one of those either, where it was just telling you to wake up and then
I completely forgot. I was like,
you have to wait until you turn the game off once to see the title screen.
Yeah, I was like, that's so weird. But it was nice. It was interesting seeing that intro cutscene, and it was interesting seeing the little differences, right? Because it was like, oh, the whatever they were, the animals that they were using to carry things, they were gone. It had become it was an actually controllable thing instead of just a pure cutscene. You actually walked around, and I fucking loved that. I was like, this is great. Because if you're not gonna let us hang out with Zelda for the entirety of the game, at least let us
do it once.
Yeah, at least let us walk for 5. Which I really liked that scene. It was really interesting. I think it's very much a very sequelitis kind of MacGuffin, where it's just like, it was just like, oh yeah, people are getting sick. Let's go down into the caves. People said don't go in caves, dude. Don't go in the caves below the castle, but we're gonna do it. And it was like, it's interesting. My favorite part is when you're looking at the mural. And she says the most kind of boomerish thing ever about cameras, and I was like, "That's."
You just point and click.
I was like, "That's so funny." I loved how stupid that line was. Yeah, I was like, because obviously you haven't played the original Cal, you fucking heathen. But she is very much kind of like that. She is very she's very I don't know. She likes to get her hands dirty. She's very kind of research based, and that's what she loves to do, but she also comes out with these most kind of fucking like boomerish kind of ways to describe things all the time, where it's just like, you're like, how are you like one of the lead researchers in this world of Hyrule, but also act like a boomer?
I feel
at the
like
exact
that
same time.
every time I encounter one of the lead researchers in the world of Hyrule. To be fair,
all the lead researchers are boomers. Some are just younger boomers than others. But it was really cool, and I loved the kind of, I don't know why my mind went to God of War instantly, but when she was like, oh, one part of the mural's broken, and it's like one of the murals covered by rocks, I'm like, yeah, that's probably the bit where it says that you fucked up. Like, where's the
one where Link is being impaled by Ganondorf or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one where it's like 2 fucking idiots and a camera walk into the cave and shit goes down. But no, so you walk in, and obviously it's that scene that we've seen before. Dehydrated Ganon, as people like to call him, is sitting there with, and he awakens. And I don't think anything really changed, to be honest, other than Zelda disappearing, other than just falling.
In the trailer, they had this kind of, it looked like Link was doing something with the arm to the mummy before, and this time the arm just kind of fell off.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like it's a weird scene. I feel like it does kind of just feel like it does the job, but it's like I thought it was going to be like an Indiana Jones kind of thing, where it's like they walk in, they touch something or they do something, and it's like, uh-oh, Stinky, you hit the booby trap, Ganon's alive now, you dumb-dumbs. But it just kind of was like, they walk in, and it was like,
they walked in like right as soon as the seal ran out of the battery, apparently.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, great timing. Matt Mercer was like, hi guys, how's it going? It's time to awaken.
Really good introduction scene for Ganondorf too. Like, I know that he gets more like himself because of the trailers, but if he stayed like that for the rest of the time you see him, it'd still be his most intimidating appearance in the series.
Dude, I kind of hate that we saw that trailer so many years ago because the fucking neck crack when it turns towards the
Oh,
camera is
oh,
such a creepy shot. But if I hadn't seen that already 100 times,
oh,
like if
yeah.
that was the first time seeing that, I would have been like, oh, like that was like so well done. But it's one of those things that because we've had that scene for like since 2019, so it's like what 4 years. It's like we've had that for so long.
Yeah,
We've had that
so
neck turn
it
scene
would have
longer
been.
than COVID. It's been there forever. It's true, Kyle. You
It's
can
true.
shrug. It's true. But I did love it. It's a good
Uh,
scene. And then yeah, Zelda gets MacGuffined away, and Link gets held by
Classic.
the collar like he's a primary, like he's like an elementary school kid. He's like, "No, you aren't falling in the hole," and drags him away.
yeah. Ganon
I did think
just
it was really
raises
cool.
the castle with all the casualness of waking up from a nap.
Yeah, and he uses like literally. I love the fact that he uses like in his most weakened state, he still has enough like power to destroy the Master Sword, nearly kill Link, fuck his arm up, and like all of that just instantly. And I'm like, I like that. It sets stakes, especially after Calamity Ganon was not kind of. It wasn't not that it wasn't intimidating, but it was very much the whole game. He was confined to the castle because Zelda's power was keeping him there, so he was like in a weakened state. So you had time to kind of deal with him. Whereas
Yeah.
now it's like he's like a little gremlin that's awoken, and now he's like, "I'm gone."
Now
bitch.
it's just
I
a
don't know
matter
what-"
of when he wants to attack, you're gonna be upset.
Yeah, now instead of it being like, you better go and find those 4 divine beasts so you can weaken him, or you can go there now, it's kind of like, we need to figure out what's happening before it's too late. There feels like there's actual stakes here, instead of Zelda just being like, I've only got 120 hours in me, Link. Like, come on, hurry up. Like, that's, it's like, we feel like there's stakes here, which I really like.
There's an amusing amount of dramatic irony here, too, because, like, no one knows who he is.
Definitely, and especially when you're like the malice, like it looks the exact same as the Calamity stuff, like when the Calamity Ganon was oozing everywhere, and it's like, does no one like? How is no one even like?
Does no one understand that he used to be a guy first?
No, it's
Has that
obviously
really
gone
been
into
lost to
myth.
history?
Like, yeah, that's obviously lost to history. But again, Zelda is basically de facto the smartest person in this world, right? She's
Yeah.
like one of the smartest people. You'd think she would have put 1 and 2 together as soon as she instantly saw what he fucking looked like. That she was like, and the malice coming off him, that you're like, oh fuck, like this, like this might be where the origin of the Calamity was,
Or that
like,
he was sealed by some kind of magic thing underneath the castle.
yeah, just like, oh fuck, what? Like, oh no, we've done goofed coming out down here. Like we should go. It's just it's very video gamey, but I'm not gonna complain because it's very cool. So yeah, Carl, what did you think as someone that doesn't know the story of Breath of the Wild, just fucking jumping on in? Did you think it was easy enough to just get into?
I thought it was fine enough. I know like there wasn't a lot of gameplay in that section, but the little bit of gameplay there was just kind of annoying, with it constantly stopping you for exposition every 5 steps.
I think the
So that
exposition was
kinda
cool.
got
I think the problem
As
with
a new
it,
player, the exposition didn't do anything for me, is what I'm saying.
oh, 100%. I can see that. But I think my main problem with that was, why could I run at full speed and Zelda was stuck at 2 miles an hour? Like,
That's the
I'm
other
the
thing.
I'm the kind
so
of
glad
person.
that wasn't like a Final Fantasy VII remake walk and talk. If it was, I probably would have just turned the game off right then and there, dude. I couldn't do another one of those.
Dude, here's the thing. You're just too kind of like gameplay monkey brained, where you're like, you need to instantly get to swinging. Whereas
I
I'm like,
spent $70. I want to swing a sword.
I spent $70. I want to fucking talk to people, dude. I want to hear the shit. I want to hear about Oingo Boingo and the Auto Stinky in the depths, dude. I want to know.
It is the question on everyone's mind, to be fair.
I also knew, Cal, that I'm like, this is the 5 minutes we get of Zelda in this entire fucking video game. So I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know.
there we go. Like, let's just embrace it while we can. And to
Legend
be
of
fair,
Zelda, she's got to get her 5 minutes of screen time somewhere.
and no, to be fair, from the little bits, like, compared to Breath of the
Still more than
Wild,
it was in Majora's Mask.
Womp womp.
Compared to Breath of the Wild, legitimately, there is a lot more of Zelda in this, and it does feel like, even though Zelda was a very important part of Breath of the Wild in the flashbacks and all of that kind of stuff, in terms of like the present day, she was just, hey, I'm the person that's stopping shit going down, get here quickly, and that was literally her fucking role in the entirety of it. The fact that she does actually have a role here, and she is interacting with the story as in not a past, like, that's a terrible framing, saying not in the past tense, because that's still technically true, but you know, in like kind of, she's in Breath of the Wild in your entire game, she's done
She
all
has
she
more of
can
an
do, it's up
active
to you,
role.
whereas now she's actually, thank you, Hunter, she's actually active, and it's like, I'm not gonna huff the copium, but I'm like, she will definitely show up again in the second half of this game and feature more prominently again than she probably did in the first game, but it's just her being around more. I kind of like. Originally, I was like, kind of pissed. We all knew it was going to happen, that she was going to get fucking sent away, and it was like, bye bye, wave goodbye, off you go. But I was then kind of like, okay, I'm okay with this if the way that they're doing it is that she is kind of more linked to it and she is part of the mystery a bit. I think the idea of going, hey, you just did a whole game of Find Me Link, and then the sequel is Hello, Find Me Again. I'm like, okay.
Except I'm actually playing hide and seek this time. Come and get
Where's
me.
Zelda?
It's fucking, where's that? Oh, there she is. She's up on that rock. Oh wait, she's gone again. Fuck. Well, okay. It is interesting. I did think that though, where I was like, the original Breath of the Wild did such a good job of just being like, wake up, Link, get to fucking work. And it's like you were literally into gameplay within 60 seconds of that game launching. Whereas this game, it's more like 5 minutes, which I know isn't a long period of time, but it's like, especially for Nintendo, you just expect to just be into most things instantly, right? Unless it's a Xenoblade game, then you're expecting a 2-hour cutscene at the start. But every other franchise, you're like straight into it, and it doesn't really happen that much. It is interesting. But you do wake up in Sky Islands. There is no shirt. Can we talk about how there wasn't a shirt? That really fucking pissed me off, because I was literally...
until like I was leaving to get it.
I've never before, like, there's certain things that I always look up and I'm like, I don't want to look it up because of spoilers. But I can tell you what, there's never been a time in my life before where I've looked up, I don't want to look up a game if I've missed my t-shirt, where I'm like, have I missed the t-shirt? I don't want to know because of spoilers, but like, where is the t-shirt? I found the shirt. I
They
found
just
the weird
really wanted
sandals.
to show off his messed up arm for a minute.
They did, and I feel like that's the whole, like, I think it's weird because it's like, you know, he's got the wilder, quote unquote wilder hair, right, where it's like it's all kind of a bit more
His hair tie snapped.
his
new hairdo.
his hair bangle.
Wild.
Yeah. I
That's
also
like
do.
all it looks like to me. Like it looks like somehow, even though it was barely pulled back in the other game, because I would scarcely, even though it was tied back, call that a ponytail.
Dude, he's the hot guy with long hair who's like, oh no, my hair's a mess, and it's just, it looks as good, if not better, with it being fucking messed up than it did. I'm like, come on, man, like, what are you doing?
You know, it'll just blow in the wind too if you're standing around outside.
And it's like, yeah.
Good stuff.
By the way, it is 100% just his bangle fucking broke, because you can get the bangle back and it just goes back to how it was without no haircut necessary. So it literally is just like the man's just lost his... Like, oh no, my bangle. Where's it gone? But no, that was genuinely like my first thing was like, because start of Breath of the Wild, there's like 2 chests. There's your shitty shorts. There's your awful t-shirt. Off you go into the world. Godspeed. And then this game, it's like, here's your shitty shorts. I'm like, okay, where's my shitty t-shirt? And the game's like, no shitty t-shirt. I'm like, what? Where the fuck is it? I must have missed it. Where is it? Looking around the spawn room like a fucking dumbass. I go back to where I woke up because I'm like, it must have been behind me. And I'm like, no t-shirt. Fucking stupid. I will say though, I love the title drop in the original Breath of the Wild. Just walking up onto that cliff and then the logo coming in the bottom right as you pan over.
Yeah.
Fucking sick in this game. Like the
Oh,
fucking
dude,
the drop
jumping
and everything,
off.
the music
Oh, it was
playing.
so
I was
good.
like, yeah.
Oh,
You outdid yourself with that one. I was like, I feel like that's the reason that they added the Sky Islands. They were like, okay, that's got to be the title drop as you falling from the sky. I was like, that's pretty sick, to be honest. I like
it
it.
makes a good title drop. It made for a good trailer thing too when they did it then.
It also had an incredibly it had an animated logo, which I was like, ooh, fancy. We've got up with the budget this time, have we? Like,
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. And you were on to what is the version of the Great Plateau called this time? It's like the High Islands or something. I don't remember.
I don't remember what
Is
it
it
was
the
called.
Great
It was
Sky
like
Islands?
The Great Sky
Yeah.
Islands. There you go.
yeah.
The Great Sky Islands. What did you think, Hunter, compared to the Great Plateau? What did you think?
I spent just about as much time putzing around, just exploring as I did with the Great Plateau, where it's like, oh, I probably could. Although I did all of that before they even told me there were shrines to go and do, so I was like, I kind of wish I had, I kind of wish I had done some of this after they had told me to go over here. But what can you do? But yeah, it's a solid area. I think I think the way they laid it out was pretty good as far as teaching you or being intuitive for the new powers that you're gonna get. And
It was more linear this time around, I feel.
yeah,
Which I
yeah,
don't
because
think is
essentially
I
you
don't
go
think
from
it's a
spot to spot.
negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think what this one did really well, which is like I'm interested to see what Kyle's opinion on this, because I feel like for a new player it could be quite miserable, is for the Great
Took the words
Plateau.
right out of my mouth.
The Great Plateau kind of was made in a way where it was like, you've not played this game before. So it's like, it's built for everything. It's built for running, it's built for the stamina meter, it's built for like everything. Whereas this one, I feel like they kind of went in with we're assuming that at least half of the people, 60% of the people that have played this game, played the original. So it's less built in the way of, okay, basic climbing, basic movement and all that jazz, and was more of, here's the wacky shit. Get to tinkering already, because I was just like maniacally laughing like a fucking psychopath when I was doing all this stupid shit instantly. Like
Yeah.
when it's like, as soon as they gave me the glue ability, I was having the time of my life, dude, with the fucking mine carts and shit. I was like, this is so cool. Like just tinkering around and adding fans to shit and just having a blast, right? But then I also was thinking in my head, I was like, for a new player, it's kind of going a bit too quickly for somebody to like, where I'm like, for me it's great because I'm already up to speed with Breath of the Wild, so it's just like, here's the new toys, and I'm like, hell yeah, new toys, oinga boinga, it's time to play Minecraft. But for a regular player, and I'm sure, I don't know if you want to go off a bit, Kyle, but it's like, I felt like it was way too quick, where I was like, are you gonna teach people the normal Breath of the Wild shit, because you didn't really do that much.
Yeah. So as a new player, didn't play Breath of the Wild. I really did not like the Great Island. Like Ethan said, I thought things just went way too fucking quick, and it wasn't really built for new players. I was getting lost. I was trying to figure out how the game works, and then the game kept throwing more shit at me. So I was trying to figure that out on top of it. I kept fucking up everything. And again, the islands aren't easy to navigate because
They
I'm not
aren't.
used to how Breath of the Wild's, all the systems in the game work. So I was just getting lost and having a shitty, miserable time. Took me forever to. So the last shrine I ended up going to was the one in Snowland
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
mountain. Took me fucking forever to figure out how to go from the bottom of the map back up to the top of the map on the other side of the world.
It took me a minute too because the walls were iced, and I was like, "Oh,
Dude, right,
I was gonna
okay.
climb that."
Can I be
Yep.
honest with you?
Jerks.
Can I be honest with you? What was the actual solution? Because my solution was I
I
built a
found a
fucking
route.
ladder out of trees.
I found a route coming off of like a big tree that wasn't iced that I climbed up, and then did the thing where I had to like Baja him so that he's like standing so he can recover his stamina, and then climb some more, and then stand to recover stamina.
Okay,
and
because
climb some
my
more.
solution was literally I chopped down 3 trees, I stuck them together to make a big fucking thing, and I placed it on the side of the ice and was like praying to God that it didn't move as I climbed it, and I got up there, and I was like, it was one of those things, I wrote it down in my notes where I was like, I felt like a fucking genius, but I also
There was a
felt
piece
like
of
it was
wall that wasn't
stupid
iced
because
over.
was there?
Yeah.
because like I felt like a fucking genius, but I also was like, I don't feel satisfied because I couldn't figure out the actual solution, and I've played the original Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if new people don't are like me and are blind and don't notice where the actual way to go is, then it's like, are they gonna have the idea of, hey, maybe the wood will work and build a tree ladder? Like,
I'll
Most
say
ins-
I wouldn't have had that idea, but
most
that's because I don't like
insultingly
the
was
building
that
feature.
the yoinky sploinky up in the air thing was the power you got for that shrine. I was like, this would have been helpful
Yeah,
10 minutes ago.
that was kind of a dick move.
yeah.
uh,
I was like, that was the one bit, because it's like there are so many bits where I was like, oh, it's like coming back, like it's like they're so cool, like just like being able to tinker with stuff instantly is like so cool. From like a, hey, here's how all the equipment works, and you've got your hand move. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's like
Ultra hand.
Ultra Hand or something. It's a very stupid name for it.
Yeah.
I feel like they tried really hard to make an Ultra Hand reference like in that way, and I'm like, you should have just called it fucking Craft or something. It was like you should have just called it something that was better. But it was like, it was so cool being able to tinker with that and stuff like that. But then I was also like, I am like an hour into this video game, right? And I'm like, I'm already kind of in the Breath of the Wild kind of thinking mindset of going. The beautiful thing about Breath of the Wild, and it extends to this game so beautifully, is you can hardly tell what you think, you can't tell
What's
what
supposed
you
to
think the
work and
developer
what you've
thinks is
made
supposed to
work.
work and
Yeah.
what isn't. Where it's like, when you're riding, like, there's a bit where you're riding on the rails, right? And there's like, there's a bit where the rails are broken and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's like, so I hooked on the minecart on the underneath and attached some fans to fucking rocket strap my ass up there, and it felt so fucking good. And I was like, this is
It took me like
so
30 minutes to pull that off.
cool. And I also was like, I can't tell if that's like an incredible solution to a puzzle, or if that was just me going unga bunga and like it worked. And it's like, there's so many parts like that where I'm like, this game, similar to Breath of the Wild, but I think this game does it more in spades because of the sheer tool set that they give you in this one. The tools that they give you in this one make a mockery of the first game when you think about that.
For
Two of them
sure.
were bomb and ice block, and then one of them was ultra hand but only with metal objects. And then you're like,
Yeah.
this one lets you do all sorts
Now
of
you
weird
can move
shit
everything. You can glue
and
them
stick
together.
them together.
And you can put your weapons together so that people stop crying about that part.
There's so many cool things when it comes to stuff like that, but it also is like, it does that wonderful thing where it's like, I feel so fucking smart, and half of it you're like, I don't know if they expected me to do it that way, but I feel fucking smart. And I'm like, that's great, but also maybe not in the first hour of the game for new people. I don't think going, hey guys, do you want to glue some minecarts together and pray to God that it works, is a great mechanic for the first people to show up and go, I don't know what to do. Where's the jump button?
Not for
So
nothing, but as someone who, Kyle, you can go first.
I was just gonna say, this is a legitimate question. Did the game tell you that hitting the little like the fan things would turn them on,
One of the
or did you just have to
constructs,
figure that out on your own?
one of the constructs will tell you. I think I figured
Okay.
it out before they told me though.
I didn't listen to the construct. I just went unga bunga and started hitting things and went, oh, it worked. Like, I think I just hit a
Okay.
fan and it just started shooting up, and I was like, oh, cool, that's how you do it. You just whack it.
So I got to the part where there was like there was the river, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like a heavy stream. There's a shitload of logs and some fans.
Yeah.
And I glued the logs together and put the fans on the logs. And I'm like, all right, I've got my boat. How does it turn on now? I figured that out by accident later, or just hitting buttons. And I'm like, okie dokie.
Yeah, and it's like,
Cool game.
and I'm like, it makes sense, right? It's a very simple way of doing it. It's just unga bunga it, there you go. Works like a treat. But also, I was like, again, for someone that's new to the game, I was like, that's gonna be a very kind of annoying experience. Not like, because it's like,
Yeah.
in the original game, all you had to do were the kind of puzzles that they had in the first kind of area were just getting everywhere. It didn't require really any of the abilities, really, like to get to the 3 shrines, because you could do them in any order. Whereas this one, I felt like you did have to go to them in a certain order. You had to get the hand first, then you had to. At least that's the way I did it. It was like I had to get the hand first, and then I got the fuse item second, and then I got the fucking oingy boingy uppy woods we go.
Yeah.
I got fuse last actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Damn, bro, you're
but
crazy.
yeah.
I went same order as you, Ethan.
The little corner with the snow area like gave me the business though.
Mm.
I nearly froze to death. I drowned in the ice water that river that Kyle mentioned was on. I think you know it took me a little bit to get used to not having the other things that Breath of the Wild gave you, even though at the end of the day I'm not going to miss those compared to the tool set given here. But given the water, I was like, oh, cool. Let me freeze
Yeah,
myself some
that's the one I
platforms to
miss.
jump
That's the one I
across.
miss.
and then I'm like, wait, no, I can't do that. And as I realized that I couldn't do that, Link was meeting his icy demise.
I think that's the one that I do definitely
Or not
miss,
having the
is
glider for
ice.
so long was I nearly jumped to
God.
my death a couple of times.
Yup.
I was wondering when you get it, bro. I was like genuinely wondering when you got it, because it was like you get to the mainland and you still don't have it, and I'm like, where the fuck's my glider, bro? Like,
Yeah, I was
where
getting to
is
the
it?
main area. I'm like, those little wing things are cool and everything, but also I want my glider, please. My glider, sir. I want it.
I
Yeah.
fell off those little wing things an embarrassing amount of times.
Oh.
Just trying to walk forward to get it to go down because it works based on weight, and then I went too far forward and then I fell off.
Oof.
And there was not water underneath.
Oof.
Yeah, it's funny, but no, it's like, I think it's like I say, I think if you've played Breath of the Wild, I think it's a great little area. I loved that entire section. Like, it was just like with the mine carts going around, I was having the fucking time of my life, bro. Like, I was like loving every second of it. But at the same time, it's like I couldn't help but think, I was like, if you're new here, it's gonna be pretty rough, especially because when you get to the mainland, then that's when the game allows you to kind of get those kind of base gameplay
Yeah.
systems in your head, and it'll allow you to start to click a lot more. Especially because I think it's weird that a lot of the shrines at the bottom are basic tutorial shrines where they teach you about all the combat stuff and all that jazz. And I'm like, you're waiting until theoretically hour 4 or 5 to potentially teach someone that. Because if you're like me, and I just, like, my ADHD brain just goes to the shiny, right? So
Yeah.
I will see a shiny and go, ooh, shiny. And then I'll see another shiny and I'll forget about that shiny. And off I go towards the next one, right? And so if you're like me, whereas I am now on hour 18 of this video game, and I just found one of the tutorial ones in the first area in the the Hyrule Fields, and it's like,
Yeah.
it took me 16 hours to find that with my Unga Bunga ADHD brain. Like, imagine someone who's new to the game that didn't have that piece of information, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I love this game. I think this game is fantastic. This is genuinely, like, whenever I play a video game and I go, damn, I'm just not jiving with it, or I play it for 2 hours and I'm like, am I just falling out of video games? Then a game like this comes along and I play it for 18 hours in the span of a day and a half, and I go, man, I fucking love video games. I've not had this much fun with a video game since Persona 5, which I played in 2019. And it's like, this game is fucking incredible. But also, similar to Breath of the Wild, it's like you have to commit to it, and you just have to go, hey, in the same way, similar to Elden Ring, right? Where it's like, I'm just going to have to learn some of this myself, because I might not come across the thing that was supposed to teach me this. Because you can't fight, like, unless you're literally going, okay, Hyrule Field is probably the intro area, I'll do everything here. No, Ethan fucked off. I went away. You just gotta deal with it. But I think as soon as you get to the ground, everything will click for new players a lot more. But 3 or 4 hours is a lot to ask people to do.
Yeah. Like, I
For,
went to
yeah.
bed last night not finishing the Great Island and feeling just really down on this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like, I don't think that Great Island was a lot of fun personally.
Mm.
And yeah, it could be new player skill issue, whatever you want to say, but also that's just how I felt.
No, that's fair.
Game makes you
Um,
go into an ice area without a fucking shirt.
They did that in the original. Don't worry.
They did do that in the original. You could argue with the hermit for a shirt if you, I don't know, I forget what you had to do, make him a soup or something.
I didn't even do that. I just fucking gritted my teeth and bowed it. Dude. Like, yeah, fucking.
Yeah, I don't remember what it asked you to do, but you could get something from the hermit man.
But it is like, that's my like. To be honest, like if I look at my 2 pages of notes, that is literally the only criticism I have. Where I'm literally sitting here where I'm like, I think like every other line I say something along the lines of this game is so smart or that's really clever. And I feel like I'm constantly doing that, whether it's with shrines, whether it's with just gameplay mechanics, whether it's just the way the game just kind of works. The systems in this game are incredible and they're so fucking stupid where I'm like, a sequel like this shouldn't take 6 years, but I now understand why it did. Here's one thing, and I think this is fucking incredible. I accidentally fused a jar to my stick, right? So I had a jar on a stick, and I forgot about it for 20 minutes. I swapped that weapon 20 minutes later, and I started whacking people with my pot on a stick. The pot breaks, like everything does. The items that were in the pot dropped on the fucking ground 20 minutes later.
Oh, that's
the
amazing.
game remembers what's in the fucking items that you meld. And literally, my mind fucking blew. I was like, what the fuck? Literally, a bundle of arrows and an apple fucking came out of it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this game?"
Yeah, because there's so many games that you could play on the other two, from PlayStation or whatever. If you assume that you could fuse items together, and one of them was a box that would normally have stuff in it, I could imagine that most PlayStation games that box would break and you would not get anything from the box.
You just assume that the pot becomes a generic pot that's always fused with the items now. That you've not actually fused it, that there's some kind of game system in the background,
it's
right?
Just weapon pot.
But it's I broke it on that enemy. The fucking items exploded out of it. I was like, fucking hell. I wouldn't even have noticed. I wouldn't have even cared if the items didn't come out of that pot. But they did. I was like, that's so fucking clever. Why? It's just stuff like that blows my mind about this video game, where it's just it kind of rejuvenated my love for Breath of the Wild, where I'm like, man, we only get one of the, we get these once every 6 or 7 years, right? And it's people are like, we should go back to old Zelda, and I'm like, fuck you. I could literally play one of these every 7 years for the rest of my fucking life. Genuinely, I was just like these new mechanics. Fucking Ultra Hand is so fucking clever. It's the magnetism on crack, where you can glue stuff together, you can throw stuff around. You'll spend 90% of your time grabbing Koroks and doing things with them, like throwing them to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
I loved that, to be honest. Genuinely, you can hate on the islands all you want, Kyle. But if you did not put that little Korok in that minecart with that fan and send him off and watch him say "we," if you did not have the fucking biggest smile on your face, fuck you. You do not deserve to have happiness, because I watched that Korok have the time of his life, and I was like, that is precious. I love him. I must protect him. What a great one-off event. And then I saw 30 other fucking backpack Koroks on the ground, and I was like, go away.
I like to assume that they're just all the same Koroks.
Just him. It's just him every time.
Just him and his buddy showing up wherever. That's my headcanon anyway.
Dude, it's I feel like they knew that people would be angry that the Koroks are back. So the way they did it was made one with a big ass backpack and go, have fun.
When I found one of the other Koroks before I found Backpack Guy. I'm like, oh, you're back? It's a good thing I didn't care about finding you the first time.
I think I did, because there was a hole in the ground that you could whack. If you whacked it hard enough, you fell to the ground, and I found one. So it was
I got the classic, there's a rock just hanging out, so I picked it up and then... Yeah.
The Korok jump scare, dude. The Korok jump scare. You're like, oh, no.
I was like, well...
it was
funny,
rock.
because I saw the rock just sitting there inconspicuously. I'm like, oh, here we go. I knew it was coming because I was like, this is exactly so they're here after all.
I think the first one I got was like there's this flower that you kept having to go play tag with, and
Oh.
it just keeps teleporting around, and then eventually a Korok pops out. And I'm like, oh, good, it's these guys.
I really
Those
hope
are the
there's not
kind of
900
seeds
of
that I
them
never
again.
got in Breath of the Wild, when it was always the one that asked you to do something instead of just finding them in.
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I'm like, why does this thing keep moving? Get back
come
here.
back.
And then I
must
saw what it was, and I said, go away.
What?
Never
You're
mind,
telling
I don't
me that
want
you
this.
don't? You're telling me that
No, I
you're...
don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go looking for them, but stumbling upon them isn't bad. It increases your inventory, assuming that serves the same function as the other
Yeah,
game.
it does.
Yeah,
They do.
cool.
They function the exact same way. I'm also looking it up. It looks like there's a similar number of them this time round as well.
Oh, baby.
Which, when you think about it, those backpacks count as 2. So look on the bright side, guys.
There's fewer to
There
actually
might be fewer
find.
things to actually do because you've got to do backpack Timmies. Although one time there literally was like, he was like, "Help! I've lost my friend. Can you help me?" And he literally went. It was like a fucking 5-mile hike, and I was like, "You fucking what? You didn't lose him. He abandoned you. I'm off too." Like he does.
Every
not want
time
to
I've
see you.
found this guy, it's been they've been exponentially further away.
I think he does it on purpose, mate.
Like the one I found right before we started recording, he was at the top of like a mountain near a tower, or on one of the like little inclines on a mountain near a tower, and his friend was off past the,
Yeah.
flatland below and onto the other hill. So I used one of the glider things to like send him off on his way, and then followed him. The time before that, I needed my horse to like basically drag the guy with me to his buddy, because that's how far along
You could
it
do that?
was. Yeah, because
I've been some of them when there's no parts. I literally have just done the walk where I've grabbed him. He's up on
I
my
did that.
head, like, and
I
I'm
did
just like,
that
off I
once,
go
too.
with my Korok.
So one of the things you can unlock for talking to the people at the stables enough is a towing saddle
towing
or
thing.
something.
Yeah.
And that's how I stuck the Korok to the horse.
Oh, I just thought you
a reason
used
to
God
use the
hand on
horse.
the horse, dude. You're just
Yeah.
dragging him on the floor behind you. You're like, off we go.
No, you have to stick him to the saddle.
No, yeah, like my favorite one so far was those. I told you this beforehand, but I'll say it on the podcast. That I was on the top of a cliff. He was like, "Hey, here's my buddy. He's down there at the bottom on the beach. Here's a contraption and a rocket." And I was like, let's see what happens. So I just strapped him to the contraption, added the rocket, sent him. Don't know what was on this fucking rocket. It had they had jet fuel in this one because it just fucking launched straight into the ocean. I just watched as he fucking went way past his friend into the fucking ocean. I was like, "Bye, buddy," and I didn't even go and fight. I was like, "Hopefully you'll respawn later and I'll try again."
Yeah, they'll
Bye.
eventually come back to the place that they were, because that one I mentioned where he was across the mountain and I strapped him to the glider or whatever. I definitely accidentally pushed the glider off the mountain the first time, or pushed him off before I oriented the glider the right way, and I'm like, oh, well, that
The
sucks.
amount
I
of
hope you
Koroks
come
I've
back.
accidentally killed. Unfortunate, but oh well. It's fine. Only I can see them, so no one will know. It's fine. But no. So it's like, even stuff like that, even though it's back, and even though there's still a shit ton of them, I don't mind it, because I've never seen Breath of the Wild as a completionist thing. I've never been like,
you do
I
as
need
much as you
every
want,
Korok
and then
seed.
you leave when you say it's time to leave.
Which is why I'm really glad that the shrines are back, because there was this whole kind of, would they be back, would they not be back? And I was like, I hope they are. And when they did show up, I was like, yes, they are back. Because I love shrines. Because I know it's a bit of a, I don't know why it's a fucking contentious kind of point in the Zelda community, but some people really do not like them. And I'm like,
I don't understand why not.
I would rather have 100 to 150 really well crafted puzzles to solve that are small and should take you roughly about 5 minutes. I'd rather take those than 7 or 8 dungeons that have about 15 or 10 to 15 puzzles in them that all have one solution and all take place one, like bang to back to back to back to back. Fucking hate that. but going into a dungeon and just feeling smart for 5 minutes, it's one of my favorite feelings in these games, and I feel like this game just kind of exudes it even more than the original because there's so much more that you can do. Where it's like you go into a shrine and you're like, you see that there's supposed to be a solution here, and my solution is this. Maybe this works, and it does. Like there was this point where there was like there's like these rails. I don't know if you've done it, where there's like these rails that you've got to kind of slide a block on. There's no wheels. You just kind of slide the block on the wheels, right? And it like slide the block without wheels down these kind of parts, and it gets to a point where it just falls off. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do here, so I'm just gonna like take 2 blocks and stick them underneath and act them as guide rails so that I stay on the thing without it swerving. I'm like, I feel fucking smart there. That's probably the solution, but I came up with it by myself. The game didn't tell me. There's no example of that anywhere else that I've seen, and I just love kind of stuff like that, where it's just like, it can take you 2 minutes. You might instantly get it. You might run through a shrine in a minute because you got what they were trying to do here. You read the title and you're like, instantly got it. There was one where it's like there were these balls that you have to push into the. If you push them into the water, they'll come up with higher force. And it was like, I can't remember. It was called like Under Pressure or something. The shrine was. So I was like, okay, I get what we're doing here, and I instantly just walked through it. But there are some where I genuinely sat there for 20 minutes, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Did you find the pinball one where you have like the spike and the... There was like a spike.
Yeah. You have to fucking yeet it to the fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you done that
I
one,
like
Kyle?
that one.
Yep.
I was so dumb.
It was annoying.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's what you have to do, is you have to make a little pinball like thing so you can flip it, and I'm like, okay. That's super basic. And if it was like, I don't know why, it just took me forever and I got fucking angry. But that's what I love about it, when it's like super stupid and simple and you're like, why? Why did I not get it?
Dude, that pinball one was annoying for me because I hit the little, the little on-off switch that makes the pinball flipper go. I hit that and the pinball flipper was off screen, so I didn't know what it was doing. So like, that's my fault. That's my bad.
That is a skill issue. That is
like orange and green, and I'm like, okay, what is this accomplishing for me right now?
Dude, I built my flipper so it was the wrong way, so it went like that way instead of that way, and I just hit it, and the thing fucking exploded because of like the pressure or whatever. It hit a wall, so the fucking pipe just went fucking flying, and I was like, damn, I wonder if I hit the target with the pipe, if that would count. Like, that was what my brain was like. I was like, can I just hit anything?
Oh man, flipping it the other direction is probably how you were supposed to hit the second target after.
Yeah, that's how you did it.
One.
Yeah,
that probably makes sense.
I didn't
was
bother
just hitting
with
it
that.
really late.
I didn't bother with that when after I got the first one. I'm like, I just kind of looked at the other one and like, I don't feel like it, and moved on.
I think it just gave you like arrows or some shit.
I was about to say, I already have 100 arrows or don't have the room to pick up the Zonai sword you're gonna give me. So
dude,
yeah.
I hate that switch clips are only 30 seconds, because I literally did it where I got the first one, hit it, like obviously hit the shot, then literally the second one I hit instantly. Like I got them both nice. Bam bam, and I was like, fucking yes, I'm a gamer, dude. And then I go and save the clip, and then I miss the first one because the clips aren't long enough, and I'm like, damn you, Nintendo. Why can't I have these skillful clips? But it's like stuff like God Hand. Like I'm just like, there was a shrine with bridges where you had to like, I don't know if you've done this one. There's like bridges that you have to glue back together. And then it's like, you can choose which slab is the one that you attach to the other end to kind of figure out how long you want the bridge to be. Because if you just connect the ends, the bridges will be too fucking loose and you won't be able to walk across them properly. And then there's like one part of the solution is picking up the middle of the bridge and gluing it up so that you can get to a higher point between the two of them. And it's just stuff like that where I'm like, I just love like little like physics-based puzzles like that where I'm like, oh, I love that. How it's just like, good. That's never going to come up ever again in the rest of the game, but just that one little puzzle is just so good. I love it.
I've come across a few shrines where it feels like they're throwing materials at me to like put together, and some of it feels almost like red herrings in a way. Where one I did earlier, it was like getting this ball across some water a bunch of times because you got to put it in a slot that opens up the door to go and do that.
No, exactly what you're on about.
In like the last room of that one, it was like it gave me some fans in the board, and you think, okay, shoot the fans, send the board with the ball across the water, but it didn't move. Or no, it wasn't fans; it had wheels,
Yeah, it
right?
was wheels. Yeah, yeah.
And the wheels didn't do anything across the water, so I was just sitting there like, well, this is weird, because I gave it a try at first, and I'm like, well, you're not moving. So then I just took all the boards that were around and glued
Yeah,
them
built a
together.
fucking bridge. That's what I did. That's what I did.
I'm not sure if they were intending to just slow me down for a second here, but if they wanted me to figure out something else to do, I'm not going
Like literally
to.
Minecraft, dude. That's Minecraft brain. I've built so much stuff. I don't know if you've met the guy who has the signposts.
Oh,
all
dude, I
around.
just glue the logs like on top of each other until it.
Yeah, dude, it's like
builds them
building
up.
fucking Minecraft, dude. Like, I don't know if you've met him, Kyle. There's this guy that has like signs that keep falling over, and you're supposed to kind of help him prop him up with all the shit that you find, and it's just like they're so dumb because they just get progressively more fucking stupid. Where it was like there was one where I had to fucking block him in with like 5 boulders. I was just like fucking lock you in, like just to stop a sign from like falling over. And it was like there was one that I just thought was extremely
My
comically
favorite
funny.
part is that the
go
sign
on.
is inconspicuously not able to be glued to.
Yeah, there's that,
Like,
and
it's
also
made
it
of the
just
same things.
every time you meet him, it's like the guy, because the guy is from the building company from the first game. The guy that he's putting the sign, the sign, the guy that's on the signs, not the guy that's putting them up. Um,
Yeah.
And it's as if the guy just keeps giving this poor soul the worst signs ever. And every time he's like, I managed to do it, he's like, you fucking what? And makes the signs even worse every single time. So like it was like now they're double, now he's got double sign on one side, so now it's falling over even quicker and it's even heavier. And there was one where I was like, it fell to the left or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. I put it on the left, and then it just fell entirely the opposite way. I'm like, what the fuck is this sign, dude? Like, genuinely, it was like I spent 5 minutes trying to prop it up, and then the game was just like, yeah, no, and fell the fucking other way. I'm like, no, I hate it.
At least it gives you a bunch of stuff when you do it, even
Yeah, it
though
gives you
it's
20
not like
rupees,
marked.
gives you some
Is it-
food.
Food, yeah. Even though it's not like marked as an actual side quest to do.
Dude, like, that's my biggest thing with Tears of the Kingdom is like I saw the review scores. I was like, okay. I feel like every time this has happened, ever since we started doing this podcast, ever since a game gets like a 90 odd, I play it. And I immediately am disappointed. Not in the not in the fact that I'm like, this is a bad game, but it's like with Deathloop. I just didn't click with Deathloop. The AI was stupid. I thought the solution was dumb. I just don't
The
get it.
dialogue was horrible.
The dialogue was fucking horrendous. The fact that that game was nominated for best narrative, I believe, I'm like, get it out. No, not good narrative. It was not a good narrative. Elden Ring. Everybody loved it. And I thought it was fine. And it sucks because I feel like this is the kind of magic that everyone was talking about with Elden Ring, and I didn't feel this. But it's like to come back to Tears of the Kingdom and to be like, I'm very excited, but I'm hesitant. And to be instantly like, people are like, 97? I said to you, 97? Fucking hell, dude. Like, come on, guys. I know it's Zelda, but come on. I'm playing it now, and I'm like, I've played this for 18 hours. I'm already thinking that this is one of the best games I've ever played. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I am genuinely already in love with this, and I've not even technically started the story. Like,
Yeah.
really. I've done the tutorial. And it's like,
Like-
I can 100% understand if someone doesn't click with this game in the same way that I didn't click with Elden Ring. Because if you don't like, which I can allude to that Kyle doesn't, right? If you don't like puzzle solving or just wandering around for 3 hours in the and finding nothing, and then sometimes just coming on a cornucopia of random shit and finding a town and a load of side quests, I understand it. But to me, it's like the Zelda team, it wasn't a fluke. The Zelda team did something special with Breath of the Wild, and not only have they been able to replicate it here, but they've
been
managed to
able to
make it
improve it.
better.
Yeah.
And not in a way where I'm not thinking of this as this is better in the same way as, you know, this isn't like an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood to an Assassin's Creed 2 where they're like, hey, we've built on the groundwork of something great to make something that's equally as great.
No.
It doesn't feel like a normal sequel. It's the same world, it's the same kind of idea.
They're like completely, like all the extra systems. They took everything that you could do, like, you can run and climb and everything, but the things with the arm are completely different from the Chica Slate.
But it's not just it's the way things have it's the way that it's like it's the exact same map, but it still feels
New.
entirely new. Where it's like there's new stuff to discover, and it sounds stupid because on paper it's like, okay, we've the shrines, instead of looking like weird ancient, like weird future tech things, now look like jade, like pieces of jade with a swirly swirl on top, and they're in different locations. And if you were to do that in any other video game, if you were to say, hey guys, we have made in Elden Ring 2, we have the same kind of dungeons, but we've changed the codes of pay and we've put them in different locations. And I would go, this is just fucking, this is the same shit again. But because even though the environment is the same and the basic gameplay is the same, because you have this whole kind of new coat of, like, this entire new basis on the physics engine, where it's, this whole new perspective and this whole new, it still feels fresh. And the game, to its detriment, or in some ways, kind of expects you to have played Breath of the Wild and have loved Breath of the Wild. And that's my biggest thing, is if you are new to, if you haven't played Breath of the Wild, I'd 100% recommend go play fucking Breath of the Wild first. Unlucky Kyle. But you know, it's one of those things where I am genuinely like, this is an extension. This is an extension. This isn't this isn't a Final Fantasy 9 to a Final Fantasy 8. This isn't like your next step up where it's new world, new story, new characters. Yeah, the sequel, like, this isn't like a fresh start jumping in point. This is kind of like, yes, the story's continuing. A lot of sequels do this, where it's like Horizon Forbidden West, where they're like, this is a sequel continuation of the story, but you're okay to hop in here fresh. If you're new to the series, you can hop in here and you can act like you've not missed anything. And that's technically true. Same's true here. But I feel like on a gameplay level, they expect you to have played the original and have at least dabbled with it and know how it kind of works. Because it's
kind of like how Doom Eternal, not quite the same because it's a much more simple game, but starts you off at a similar level of difficulty to the end of the game that came before it.
Yeah. And I feel like it's in that kind of same headspace where it's like, I don't think there's nothing that in this game that suggests to me that if you wouldn't like it still, that you still wouldn't have a great time. You can still have a great time with Tears of the Kingdom if you are new, but it's like, it's one of those games where I'm like, well, one, it's on the same fucking console as the original. So it's like, there's no barrier to entry here. It's not a Persona 5 to a Persona 4 Golden or a Persona 3 FES, where it's like everything's on a different was on a different fucking platform, right? This is kind of, hey, Breath of the Wild was the first game on this console. Tears of the Kingdom is one of our last games on this console. You can still play both. And it's like, I kind of recommend you do that because it's an extension. And I feel like if you love Breath of the Wild, you're going to get an even better game. I think this game, from the 18 hours that I played, is a better game than Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, unless there's some kind of major boondoggle in the second half.
Unless they fucking fumble the bag. More. Yeah, unless they fumble the bag, which from the review scores, I doubt that they fumbled that bag. Because it's just like, there's just so much to it, where it's like, I've played for 18 hours and I barely feel like I've scratched the surface. There isn't something around every corner, because there never is in a video game, and that fucking phrase is like my least favorite thing on the planet.
Yeah.
But it's just okay to vibe. I like walking around.
There doesn't have to be something around every corner is the cool thing.
I can spend 2 hours walking through the mountains, not finding fucking anything, and I'm fine with that, because there's something. I just love living in this world, and I just love the characters. My favorite thing that I did was, as soon as I got to the ground, I went to Kakariko Village. I went to the Great Plateau. I went to the places where I knew, and I was like, I want to see what's different and why. I want to see what's been happening. What's changed with these characters? Who remembers? Who doesn't? What's happening? Where's my fucking house? Like, stuff like that, that I won't talk about here, because not because I don't want to spoil you guys. I don't know you. I don't want to spoil it for Hunter, especially, because there's some really cool shit there.
Oh,
but
man,
it's like,
I
love that the game kind of goes, go and look at that stuff out, and don't point it out. There's not something where it's like, hey Link, go back to your house and go and do this shit, and here's a main quest line, go find the fucking thing, here's a cutscene, right? Nothing like that. You can completely do this entire game without going back there, but it's just that kind of feeling of, hey, it's been some time since we've been here, let's go check the old hangouts. Let's go to my favorite places, see what
Yeah.
happens, you know? And I am in love with this game right now, where it's like, I haven't loved a game like this since Persona 5 in 2019. I loved Royal as well, similar kind of way, but same fucking game. So it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I genuinely have not been addicted to a video game for like this in 4 years. And it's like, I went to sleep last night at 5 at 5:30 in the morning. I played for way too long. I couldn't sleep because I wanted to come back downstairs and play this fucking video game. It's like, that's the kind of thing where it's like, I did nothing today story-wise. I just pissed about. I found some stuff. I had a fun time. And it's like, we're not even talking about the story here.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's just something about this game and something about this gameplay loop where it's like, this is, to me now, this is like, it's like a winning formula. It's like, if they ever make another one of these, I know that it's probably going to be in my top 5 games of all time again, because there's just something about this gameplay loop that's just so satisfying and so fucking enjoying, like that, like I fucking love. It's
Earlier
crazy.
today, I spent like half an hour fighting a camp of. They were like right next to one of the towers. They had basically like forded up in one of the towers.
I know which tower you're on about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I still only have 4 hearts, and I spent way too long just trying to fight these guys. And I didn't stop because I was having a good time just being like, okay, I'm gonna fuse this boomerang to this explosive barrel and chuck it at the giant man here. And like at a certain point, I managed to, like, while I was running away from them to regroup, they just kind of lost the aggro. I'm like, oh, I could just go open the tower and leave if I wanted. I didn't do that. I didn't leave until I killed them all. I died a couple more times, but you know what? I was still having a good time. I still wanted to slay them.
It's just
It was a lot of fun.
There's, like I said, there's just something about it where it's like, I can't stop playing it in the nicest possible way. And it's like, it's been 6 years, and it's like, it feels like it hasn't dropped a beat, which is like such, like, it's such a compliment, because it's like, there's so many games that go away for so long and then they come back and it's just like, it's the same, and it's like, that's cool. The ship has sailed. It shows how fucking forward thinking Breath of the Wild was, where when people used to be like, Breath of the Wild is something like special. This is like the future. Like, this game's ahead of its time. I'm like,
This is the
no, it's
future of
fucking
video
not.
games, and the future has yet to come.
Yeah,
as
we're
far
here
as-
6 years later.
Yeah.
They've made a sequel that's better, and it still feels fucking miles ahead. And this is built
Yeah.
on a 6-year-old game, and it's like, how the fuck? Like, I'm super interested. I know we've only just got this game, and it's going to be another 5 years to 8 year wait for another Legend of Zelda game, right? But I'm so interested to see the future of this series, because it's like, to me, the genie's out of the bottle. It's like, do you put this on ice and go back to the regular? Do you spruce it up a bit? Do you make smaller games that are like old Zelda games and then do one of these like every decade or whatever, like you seem to be doing now, right? It's like, I don't know what they're gonna do, because it's like, you make a Breath of the Wild, that's the same as making an Ocarina, right? Where it's like, you've made a solid game here. You've made like the pinnacle of what we want from this kind of thing right now. And then they made a Majora's Mask, and it was like, oh, this wasn't a one-off. This is actually something special here. And it's the same way where I'm like, I feel like there's still, like, the spark hasn't gone. Breath of the Wild wasn't a gimmick to me. This was and is incredible, and no one can still get to this level. Like I say, I always think I hate open world games. I don't. I just hate bad open world games. I hate, like, when it comes to something like this, it just engrosses me. I hate exploring maps, but when it comes to something like this, fucking nails it. And I think it's definitely in part to Monolith Soft, because they do the exact same thing with JRPGs. I fucking hate the way that JRPG maps work in most games. Like, I look at Dragon Quest gameplay and my brain's like, fucking end me. I'm never playing this franchise. You can't make me. But it's like,
until you lose the fantasy critic.
yeah, fucking good luck with that. Dude. Fucking
That
good
to
luck
you.
with that.
That'd be silly.
Good luck with that. I'm not playing Dragon Quest 12. Dude. You cannot make me.
How about 11? That one's out.
No, that's
12's not real.
not yet. But it's like, I genuinely am like in love with this game, where it's just like, it's just even just seeing things, right? It's just like, there's just a stupid grin on my face the whole fucking time. And it's not, whether it's the game making me feel clever, or it's just the little bits of story where you're like, this whole kind of Zonai lore, which was in Breath of the Wild a tiny bit. There was a bits of hints of
Yeah.
it. But to have this kind of story kind of blow out and kind of be like, trying to figure out what's happening, because the thing with Breath of the Wild is a lot of the stuff has happened. You're just kind of dealing with the aftermath and the repercussions. To have stuff in the moment and kind of feel substantial and just going around and seeing what's changed and being familiar with the world just gives it a whole new kind of lease of life. It's just like, I absolutely adore it. And it's like, if these are the only two games we ever get like this in Zelda, then fucking hell, what a slam dunk. You nailed it.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
this is
like,
it, right?
Made two of the greatest games in history.
I can't wait for you to remake them in like 15 years. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
That's the thing, is one of the reasons, if they did like stop here with this kind of game, at least for a while, and go like backwards a little bit, I wouldn't really begrudge them that, because like making this game or Breath of the Wild, it cannot have been easy.
That's why
to even
like,
come up
yeah.
with 50 shrines would be something that I'm pretty sure I could not do. I could gather
And I say
up
this, and
a
I
team
say
of
this,
people, and we would not be able to do it.
and I say this with like like as much love that I can say, where I'm like, don't ever, Nintendo, don't ever try and make something like this in a smaller time frame. Don't ever try and go, hey,
Definitely
2
not.
years,
No.
man. No. I'd much rather, like I say, if they do one of these like once a decade, get started on it. Make have another Zelda team, bro. Like, literally, like go off.
Yeah,
make
like
multiple
split
games
the
at the same
teams.
time.
There are different styles of Zelda game now. As much
Well, it
as
seems to
people
me
wanna
like
cry
2D
about
Zelda is
games
kind of
not being-
outsourced. Yeah, it seems like 2D
Yeah.
Zelda is outsourced now. So it's like you've got an outsourcing team making 2D Zelda. Have a small team that makes more classic 3D Zeldas. Like, do that as well, so you can have that kind of team, and then have a big kind of generation-defining thing. Because it's weird. Because, like I say, before Breath of the Wild, and before Tears of the Kingdom, before Breath of the Wild, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna fucking work. Before Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, I don't know if it was a one-hit wonder for me, whether I'm like just going to be like, oh, it's more of the same, or if there's actual magic here. And there is. And it's like, dude, like, genuinely, like, just come back in 10 years, have a completely different map and a whole different set of fucking tools to play, dude. Like, I don't care. Do what you want. Just give me back ice or something. Like, you know, you could do that. Just give me back bombs and ice and go, hey, look, here you go. Here's another one. Like, yeah. Do whatever, bro.
In the third version of this, Link's just gonna be the Avatar. He controls ice and fire and water, just from the air.
It's bold now, dude.
Yeah.
I
Oh, that'd be
don't
weird.
like the look of Link.
No, I
bold,
don't like
dude.
the
No, it sounds
idea of
good.
that at all. That would not look good on him. He'd look real stupid.
But no, it is like genuinely, like, I am so impressed with how like, I always feel like Nintendo's shit, and I say that in the most loving way possible, where I'm like, I love Monolith Soft. Monolith Soft have been carrying Nintendo for the past 10 years, and that's just a fucking fact. Go and look at Monolith Soft's webpage. Every amazing game that has been on the Nintendo Switch, except for Mario Odyssey, was co-developed by Monolith. It's just a fact, right? And it's like, I look at every other franchise that Nintendo has done in this generation. They've made some great games, but the best ones have always been, to me, have been Xenoblade, and Breath of the Wild is still my second favorite Nintendo Switch game since release, and it was on release day, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
I just wish Nintendo did more of this instead of, you know, Splatoon's great, love Splatoon, but why did you make a fucking second one that's the same fucking game? Like, you just did, like, on the same platform. You did nothing interesting with it. And it's like, come on, man. Try better, Nintendo, because you can do it. You can do it if you try. I hope that's what they're doing with Mario. Like, I hope they're making another good thing. But, you know, we'll see. Anyway, I've talked too much about how much I love this. Kyle, do you want to shit on it real quick before we go and talk about what you don't like?
I mean, I just want to say, like, I don't know how to word this. I don't think I get this game yet.
Mm.
You know how a couple months ago when I was playing Elden Ring and I was sharing my thoughts with y'all as I was playing it,
Yeah.
And on like the second day, after like 14 hours total, I finally told you guys I get it.
Yeah.
I finally hit the point where I got it. I'm not I'm not there yet with this game. And I don't know what it is, but I'm glad you two are having fun, and I wish that I could have fun with this game like you guys do. And honestly, with any open world game in general, I would have loved to at least enjoy a game like Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but I
But
understand why you don't.
yeah,
That's the thing. Is I understand because there's a lot of shit where it's like, again, it's like ADHD brain where it's like, hey, when I think about it, is walking around a fucking big empty map doing fuck all but checking some boxes fun? I platinumed Assassin's Creed Valhalla 2 months ago, and that literally was the definition of wiki on the one page, going to fucking checkmark boxes on the
It's
other.
really a bummer that whatever happened that week that you had finished that was enough to take up the space, because I would have loved to have a part of the podcast dedicated to you complaining about how Assassin's Creed Valhalla victimized you.
I mean, we can talk about bad open world games in the next couple of weeks if you want to. If you really want to
Oh
hear
man,
about my
we could do that
traumatizing
next week.
experience, we can talk about that after having one of the greatest open world games ever made come out. We can talk about all the shit ones. Could talk forever about them. But I think my biggest kind of suggestion, Kyle, if you were to like continue giving it a go and seeing what, like, if it clicks, like similar to Elden Ring, is to kind of not think of it in the same way that you think of other kind of open world games. Because when you think of open world games, I think you tend to think of, okay, we've got my main objective and I've got a shit ton of side quests, which is a load of checking boxes, getting collectibles, all that jazz. And it's like, when I play Breath of the Wild and I play Tears of the Kingdom, I just turn that kind of part of my brain off and I just go, I'm just going to go for a fucking walk and see what happens. Like, you make your own game out of it. I think that's kind of what it is. You find a shrine, you do the shrine, you go, okay, that was kind of cool. I need more upgrades because I want my stamina to not be shit anymore. So I go and
I mean, yeah, that'd be nice.
find a shit ton of
Stamina
shrine.
wheels piss.
Yeah. So I've got 6 hearts, but yet I have now 2 wheels on my stamina because I was sick of fucking running out of stamina. So it's like I put like 5 upgrades into stamina. I was like, give me my stamina, please. But you know, it's like to try and describe what I did today. It was like I started off with a 2-hour walk around the mountains to try and find some shrines. Did fuck all. Found nothing. So I started walking. Tried to find some other towns. Found a town. Did the side quests around that. Figured that. Found a secret thing there that told me out where was some armor I could go and get. So I was like, okay, I'm too low for that armor. So I'm gonna go and explore, piss about, do a load of shrines, see what I can stumble upon, get enough stuff so I can get there, get the armor. Yeah, it's kind of a cycle where it's like most open world games, they give you a set of boxes. They're like tick 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 tick. This requires level 16. This requires whatever. Do whatever you fucking want. You know, fill it in or do the main path. Whereas Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are very much just like, bro, go fuck about if you want. You can do the main quest if you want, but go fuck about. And to be honest, I feel like golden pathing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom isn't kind of a great experience because I remember
Probably not, no.
because I remember during Breath of the Wild there was a part of it where I did the Zora domain and then I went straight to Gerudo, and I was like, again, it kind of, that's when the game kind of falters.
Had you already done the Gorin thing? Because why did you?
No, I went
So you
literally
just
my
went
order,
from
my order,
the
my order through
top
the original
right
Breath of the
down to
Wild.
the
No,
bottom left.
no. So I did Zora's domain, which was bottom right,
Oh,
and then I
okay,
did
forgot.
Goron's, which then I did whatever the fuck I said, Gerudo down and bottom
Oh,
left.
so you went
Then I
like
did Rivali. I did counterclockwise.
Okay.
Which is when it said do go to Rivali's area first. I was like, you fucking what? I was gonna do the same order, you bastards. I'm like, okay, I'll do the opposite then.
I honestly
So-
wouldn't be shocked. I haven't really decided where I'm going. I think I'm walking towards Hateno village right now, just is the direction I'm meandering to. I wouldn't be shocked if I ended up following a similar path to just how I did Breath of the Wild, where it'd be like Zora, then Goron, then Gerudo.
Well, I mean, after I did all of them, I definitely was like the Rito was my least favorite. So I was like, You know, the fact that they're saying, "Hey, go there first," I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of all right with going to the place I liked the least first. Like, I'm fine with going there. You know, now that I know, because now I did the Zora first, and the Zora was my favorite part. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's just
Maybe
a
I should
matter of,
save
is
my
it your
favorite for last.
yeah. For me, it was like I was unsure if the Zora one was my favorite because I did it first, and then after that, the novelty of like the chase the thing with your buddy wore
That
off.
was most of the quests in Breath of the Wild.
That was because like as far as side quests and stuff, I think I actually liked Gerudo Town a little bit more than like Zora's Domain. But
Oh, definitely,
yeah,
I agree with that.
I can't wait to go back there though. It's gonna be great.
But now I think that's the kind of thing is don't look at it as boxes to tick and then things to do, and more of I want to go over there and see what comes of it. That's kind of the way to fuck up. Like that's why you see people on Twitter making Trojan horses and riding around in them, right? The reason you see that isn't because someone was like, "I've got a really funny idea for Twitter." It's the fuck about machine. It's just
like
like
yeah, like if you think you can accomplish something in this game, it's probably possible. You just gotta make the machine work in the right way to happen.
you tick your own boxes. So it's like I could literally have to play. I played today for 8 hours, and I probably did about an hour and a half of things that the game recognized as things I'm supposed to be doing. Tick, 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 and then the rest of it was pissing about. And it's like, not don't get me wrong, pissing about is a scheduled part of it, right? Like doing those shrines is technically a part of it, but I'm not going, okay, I'm gonna go to that. I'm going to that shrine and going, okay, let's do that because that sounds like fun. I'm not doing it because I'm like, that's my objective. Off I go. Fuck it. I'm wandering around and I'm just having fun. And then you just forget stuff. But also, like I say, I play this game a lot different to everybody else. Everybody else, I don't use horses. I walk around on my fucking legs. I don't use. I'm trotting around. And also, I do want to say this. I do have one thing I fucking hate. Someone on Twitter said that they tuned the rain down. You fucking liars, dude. Like, oh my god. For the past 4 hours, I've had nothing but rain. I've had nothing but rain for
It's
4
been raining
hours.
a lot, but I think the fact that you can shoot through the stuff above you helps not suffer a little bit because for as much as it's been raining, I've yet to be climbing a lot and be like, slide
Oh,
down.
I have. As soon as I go to a cliff, it's like, may I introduce some rain? I'm like, yes, I understand. There's a sticky potion now, if you didn't know, where you can drink a potion
that you can
and you can glue yourself. You can get yourself some fucking super glue on your fingers and you can Spider-Man up. That's cool. But also, fuck the rain. It still sucks.
I hope there's eventually I hope there's like a super climbing gear that's like sticky.
That's what nice. I hope. I also hope that. Yeah. I am also, just want to say, they also kind of fucked with the timing because I used to have a thing where I used to climb up. It was like I did a jump and then I did like 2 climbs, a jump, and it pushed you down slightly, but you'd still made progress. And they've kind of fucked with that timing now, so I'm not making progress. And I'm like, fucking what, mate? I had a thing. I had a solution. And you ruined it. It's like how the infinite sprint doesn't work anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, I never used the infinite sprint because I was an idiot. And my initial solution to everything was just, hey, I'm just going to go max stamina all in, baby. And that was it. And now...
See, I never maxed stamina. I just found a lot of green mushrooms.
Oh, did you die? Fair enough.
Yeah.
But no, I guess that's my thing. Do I have any other complaints? Really?
This is a minor one from me. Sometimes when doing the ultra hand stuff, I feel like rotating the objects doesn't work.
Thank you.
The way that I think
it should
sometimes.
It's fucking shit. I don't know who made those controls. It's you be grateful the mechanic is fucking incredible because the controls are dog shit. The amount it feels like a Resident Evil block puzzle every time I'm trying to fucking glue something. It's like when you're trying to rotate the thing, I'm like,
for whatever reason, to be able to make it like if I have a log that's like sitting flat like horizontally and I want to make it vertical, I have to spin it so that it's horizontal but like pointing in front of me and then spin it vertically instead of just being able to make it vertical or something silly like that. The nature of that is it's been
cumbersome.
it's tripped me up a few times. Like Ethan said, they're just really lucky that the end result most of the time is something that makes me giggle.
It's extremely
That's what
clunky. The controls are still extremely clunky as well. I really wish that there was some better controller. I've got a question for you guys. Do you swap the jump button?
I have jump on B.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So do I. I swap
'Cause
it.
that
Why
makes
is that not the
sense to me.
default? Why is that not the fucking default?
I thought
Every
it would
time-
have been the default after the last game.
I'm like,
when-
why? Like, sprint on X is already weird, but I can get used to that if jumps on B. Why the fuck would I want jump on X and sprint on B? Fucking dumb. Stupid. That was in my complaints. I was like, that should be the default. This is like when quote, this is like when inverted was the default in the PS1. It's archaic and it needs to end. That is how I agree with that. Jump on B, thank you. What happened to the Sheikah shrines? That is a question that I have still.
What happened to the
Hopefully we'll find
Sheikah
out.
Towers?
Yeah. Let me have a look. Finding shrines seems harder in this game. They feel far less frequent. I agree with that. I hope there's a solution later in the game that helps you find them easier.
Robbie said something about going to his lab and finding a sensor.
I think you might have to actually do story for that. So
Oh, beans.
I bet you it's something like if you do one dungeon, he'll move. I bet you it's something like that. Watch.
Probably.
I've just got a complaint that I can't say because it was spoilers. Here's one that I love. I love the sheer number of secret quests, locations, and stuff like that. I do love just randomly stumbling onto stuff. One of my favorites is like the blank quest being started by just jumping into a random well, and there's a whole quest line that seems pretty important, but it's from a random fucking well. I like shit like that. It's stupid. Where it's like
I don't think this is the quest that you're talking about, but I just find a guy in a well. Now,
I think the first well you jump in, I think he's just in there, big chilling. I think that's how that works. But there is another quest that's just in a well, and I just thought that was quite cute, to be honest. I was like, I was not expecting that, but
I found a well enthusiast somewhere. They're like,
yeah, there's a well enthusiast who's like, do you want to tell me about all 58 wells? And I'm like, no, I don't want to.
I'm like, 58 on top of all the shrines too, and then I realized that half these wells are connected to each other.
That's one thing I want to give a complaint. Sky Island's cool idea. I feel like I haven't found a good way to get up to them yet, and I feel like the rewind feature on going on the rocks, why there's so many rocks that just fall from fucking nowhere? It's dumb. I feel like if I'm rewinding a rock to go up, I feel like there should be something up there. But there isn't. Please do that. Also, I'm not huge on the underground. I think the underground feels like filler. I've not seen anything that is useful down there yet, really, other than materials.
I found a weapon that wasn't decayed.
Oh.
Yeah. So
it was still not going down there. You can't fucking make me.
It took me a lot of restraint to not just take my skeleton horse and ride to every glowing route that I saw. I was like, I'm going to conquer this place before I leave here today. But I decided not to do that because it would have been a very weird podcast to come in here and be like, so I know everything about the underneath world. Guys, listen, you're not gonna
I live
believe
with the mole people now.
I would love if the mole people from Skyward Sword came back. I'd be so happy.
God, I forgot about those.
I'd be so happy if I saw them.
Speaking of Skyward Sword, I do think it's really interesting with all this lore that they're doing, especially with all the past stuff. Hunter, you're going to have to clarify this at some point when I beat the game, probably in a spoiler cast or whatever. What is just like with the whole past and present timelines going on? What is like the past being like, is this past like, hey, it's the past, but it's between like where the three timelines converge?
Dude, there's a lot of question marks with that
or
right
if
now.
it's
like the beginning of the game for me.
If we're talking like first king and queen of Hyrule, are we talking first king and queen of Hyrule here, or are we talking first king and queen of quote unquote new Hyrule, which is the after the merger? Like that's what I'm very interested in.
That's something that I'm interested to see if they answer, because there's some things about the information that this game is given that doesn't quite match with the information that I have as someone who's played the other video games. So I'm interested to see where this is going as far as that's concerned, because the residents of Skyloft were not giant Raru people.
They weren't.
No.
So It's weird. Zonai. Yeah. I put Zoni in my fucking thing. That's from Ratchet and Clank, which is funny because the thing before it was shrines. Shrines are back. Neat little partial rift of part effect on the entrances. I do like that
Oh yeah,
you can
that is
see
cool.
inside.
I like the...
It is the same thing for everything though. Come on, Nintendo. If you're gonna make a 97 out of 100, could have made it unique for each one. Then it would have been a 98. Think about that for a second.
It would have taken them like another year to
Could have
make.
took
There's
would have took
150 of those.
would have took someone a year, but you know that's how you get a 98. That's all I'm saying. Could have topped Breath of the Wild, guys. Come on. It was cool. For a second, I thought they were going to outsmart Sony when Sony was like, "Hey, we can only do this because of the power of next gen." I was like, "No way, you fucking walking in." And then you don't. There's a load screen. I was like, "Oh well, you can't have everything. You can't have everything. You know, this is only the first 2 pages. I'm sure there'll be like 6 or 7 pages by the time I'm done."
Yeah.
Do I have anything else? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like actual progression is a bit stupid. Where it's like, for example, that ice wall to climb, where it's like I couldn't figure it out. I had to use a fucking gimmick method, and I still don't know the solution. And it's like I'm just like, this is weird, especially in the first 3 hours of the game. Some things could be signposted a bit better, in terms of tutorials, anyway. Anything else? Open world still feels new. I can't remember anything. I don't know if that's a compliment or just my terrible memory. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I genuinely had to think. I genuinely had to think long and hard to try and find Kakariko Village. I was like, it was somewhere in the kind of middle, kind of east.
It was right past. It was past the split, the mountain with the split.
Yeah, I was trying to find where the Great Plateau was. I was like, where are you? I don't know.
You know, for a minute while we were on the Sky Island at the beginning, I looked at the map around it, like zoomed out. I'm like, is this just above the Great Plateau? It wasn't, but for some reason I was thinking it was. Probably because they said the Temple of Time was there, and I'm like, I was fairly confident that the Temple of Time was on the Great Plateau.
Yeah. That's also something. I also went back to the old Temple of Time, and it creeped me out, so I'm not going back there for a bit.
Ooh.
Because I just went to the shrine statue, and I was like, oh, I've got 4 thingy-mabobs, I'll just level myself up real quick. And the fucking the thing said something different, and I was like, you fucking what? Get away! Like the shrine was like, hello, bitch. Or like, no. Like jumps, like it just felt creepy. It just felt really creepy, and because there's nothing on the Great Plateau other than one shrine, I was like, that's weird. Like I'm like, there's probably a whole quest and there's a load of underground spots, so I bet you've got to go into the underground for it, and the underground is spoopy, so I'm not going there.
Yeah, you find a bunch of Poe souls down there. That's
like what are they?
They're just little
ghosts.
Yeah, Poes are ghosts, like in the Zelda lore, but
are they? Okay.
Yeah. In this game
Did they
specifically,
not have Poes in Breath of the Wild?
No.
Nope.
Wow.
But yeah, in this game specifically, they're just like these little. They'll look like blue fire stuff that you can go and pick up. And there's that. You probably saw the statue at the little outpost thing that was Pose.
It looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing was because it was like it sounded creepy, and it sounded like the statue was like not the statue. Like it was like I was like, what the fuck is happening? What the Zelda lore? Sometimes I just don't.
I was sitting there going like, you must be like an offshoot of that devil statue that was in the other game. Remember that one where you could
one
like
that took stuff
exchange
away.
Yeah, him. He's like an offshoot of that guy, but the Poe statue guy. If you find 150 Poes, you can get Dark Link's tunic. That's cool.
Oh, cool. I did have one complaint. 100 fucking whatever they're called to upgrade your battery is fucking bullshit. Why is it 100? That is so many refined
That is a lot,
things.
but also I already have 80 Zonite.
How? Oh no, Zonite. Yeah, Zonite makes sense. But it's like I've been trading.
The other things. I forgot the middle step.
No, it's the middle step. Yeah. So you have to trade them in, and it costs 30. So you need 300 to get the first fucking upgrade.
Right, okay.
Fucking stupid. How come it costs 1 Korok seed to do the fucking breakdancing shakalaka, get me an extra slot for the first time, but first upgrade on the battery, that's 100 V-Bucks, please? No. Stupid.
There's probably not as many battery upgrades to get in the first place, so they're just
on his belt, it looks like there's 8. Because you've got 1, and then there's another 7 slots. I'm like, I'm not
Maybe.
getting 700 of these fuckers. I'm probably not going to get one, to be honest, because the battery I have right now seems fine. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
that
so
bad.
I've yet to need more battery than I've had, so. And even if I did run into a situation where I need more battery, I will find another solution.
Definitely. So yeah, I don't hate Korok Seeds being back, but man, they could have given us a couple extra slots at the start. That's a comment that I have.
Yep.
Just a couple more. I feel like, especially for weapons, I feel
Yep.
like we still could do with a couple of extra spots, especially because every weapon is fucking degraded in this game because of the big
Yeah.
thing. So it's like everything does big nothing damage. So it's like, yeah, you can fuse, but it's still
Basically, what
Durable.
I've been doing as far as that's concerned is I keep finding like the extra durable handles and fusing
Yeah.
them to like the monster parts that are super sharp.
The only
And
thing that I
then
can
it'll
kind of
be
say
like-
is I didn't hate weapon durability in the first game. Don't like it nearly as much this time round. I think that because everything is a bit balked and a bit shit this time round, because everything's been hit by the malice or whatever, it kind of makes everything break quicker. So I feel like even though I'm fusing, I'm still getting through stuff really quickly. I'm actually running out of weapons, and I'm like, that's crazy, because I never ran out of weapons in the original.
That hasn't been a problem for me. I think that I would imagine eventually that the like weapons that aren't broken will show up.
I'm hoping. I mean, at some point you assume you're going to get the Master Sword back, so
Well, that too, and then it's off
maybe,
to the
who knows?
races
Maybe Zelda's
because
just going to fucking steal it. I have got, to
You'll
be honest,
get it back when we play as
be-
her.
To be fair, one of my things was Zelda stole the Master Sword. She better give that back. And then the second thing was Zelda stole my blank. She better give me that back too, or it better be shared. And I'm not going to say what that was, but there's something else that Zelda's stolen as well. It just seems that Zelda is like, oh, Link, I love you, Link. Now everything you have belongs to me. I'm like, that's great. Thank you for that.
Hippity-hoppity, this is
my property, basically.
Lady, you
It's
have
like-
the castle. I just have the house.
Genuinely, that's what I was saying.
To be fair, you did steal her tablet.
She gave it
She
to
gave
you.
it us. She's like,
Look,
hey, have this.
Equivalent exchange.
She was like, you need
The
this.
Your
tablet
sword
is
for
not
my
the equivalent
tablet.
of the Master Sword. It's just not. The tablet cannot kill Ganondorf.
Yeah, but can the Master Sword take pictures just by pointing and clicking, Hunter?
I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
so.
if you could call Fee out of the sword, she could.
Bro, I was literally like, I'm gonna be like, because it's a sequel. I was like, it's gonna be interesting to see how the dynamic between Link and Zelda has changed over these past 2 years, right? And it was like just seeing little things, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I see their relationship is just everything is she now owns everything. It's basically just like Zelda was like, this is mine now. Link's like, okay, like that's literally everything. Like this is mine, okay. Literally, everyone's just everywhere you go. Everyone's like, "Hey, Link, where's Zelda?" It's like, "Fucking hell, bro!" Like, jeez, come
Does the
on.
man have any of his own friends?
Does anybody like Link, bro? That's why I'm saving
Besides
Zora's
Zelda.
That's why I'm taming Zoro's domain to last, because I know that if anybody, the only
If
other
anyone's
person in the
got
world
Link's
that loves
back, it's
Link as
Sidon.
much as if anyone loves Link as much as Zelda does, it's Sidon. So that's why we save him for last, because be like, yeah. Bros before hoes, and to be fair, Sidon's both. So win-win, everybody. Win-win. That's all I'm saying. Everybody knows that Sidon was better than me for anyway, so it's all fine.
He sure was.
Well, I love Sidon, dude. And maybe I will go to Zora's domain first. I love him, dude. He's great. My
He's so
God.
good, man. He's
My
so
God.
great.
He's just, yeah. Anyway, to conclude, not complaint, final pro. Thank you for adding a dialogue log into
Oh
conversations.
yeah, that's nice.
I really appreciate it, because the amount of times I sometimes fat finger and press twice and then I lose a whole text box. That's great. Every game should have that if you have text boxes. I like that games are starting to pick up on it. It's not like
really
other
helps to
JRPGs
not
have had
have
them
to
for decades.
Talk to the guy again.
Yeah.
To go through the whole diatribe just to see the part that you missed.
It's really great, and I can't wait to hear someone on the internet go, oh, look, it took it from Persona 5, not knowing that literally every Persona game has fucking had that for a fucking decade, and it's like, and other JRPGs have too. I can't wait for that one. It will happen. I'm waiting for it. That's the first thing I was like, oh, God. Time to mute Persona Twitter, because I know what they're like. You know what the fucking hell.
That's just a good rule of thumb.
Mute
In
Persona
general.
Dude, I've muted Xenoblade Twitter as well. Shall we talk about that as As well? Fucking
Oh,
hell,
the thoughtless
bro.
Sally's hassling the voice actress.
Not just that, but then they were like, they're all sitting there in their own little fucking happy. They're having a war between what happens next, Xenosaga, whatever, or Xenoblade X2, and I'm like, fuck you. How about none of them? You five cry about it in the corner, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
You're gonna get
genuinely.
Xenoblade 4 and you're gonna like it.
They're up in their own grill, bro. Like, literally, they get one radio message as a nice little fucking nod back, and they're like, guys, it's happening. The thing all five of us have wanted is happening. I'm like, is it shit, bro? Calm down. I've fucking faith. Monolith will do whatever they want, which is probably something that no one is expecting, because that's what they always do. So, let them breathe. Rule of thumb, guys, if you are on Twitter and you have a favorite game, and that particular game or series is a Japanese video game series, just do yourself a fucking favor. Never go into those franchises. Like, follow voice actors, follow people that work on those games. Do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
Fans,
their opinions are
fucking
cool.
get rid of them. Get rid of them, bro. You only need us, dude. That's the kind of the mantra
Yeah,
of
have
Hot
we ever
Gamers
steered
Only.
you wrong?
Yeah, dude. Hot Gamers Only. The whole idea is, just talking about shit that we like with friends. That's the kind of whole vibe that we pay off, right? And it's like, we like those kind of JRPGs and stuff like that without being cringe about it. We don't go into the whole fucking hate crime scenario of most JRPG fans. So it's like, come over to us. Have me and Kyle talk about why Future Redeem was great. Don't go to Twitter. That's my spirit. Do that. It's great. Why not? And also, don't harass voice actors on social media if you disagree with their opinion. It's not hard. It's an opinion. Come on. That was so dumb.
It's not like it was presented as something that is canonical.
She said
It was
her
clarified as
headcanon.
headcanon.
She said her headcanon. I'm like, fucking hell.
How dare you think about this a different way?
I love how they just like, her headcanon equals the actual law. What? No, this is wrong.
Stupid.
I fucking hate people, dude. I hate people, dude. I hate them.
They're the worst.
Not you. If you're listening to this, you're cool. I like you.
You're cool.
Everyone else, fuck them, bro. Fuck them. Anyway, that's fun. Anything else we want to shit on before we go? Any other fan base that's particularly cringe? I'm trying to think. It's mainly JRPGs,
Landlord isn't a real job.
No, it's not.
Stop hoarding the housing market.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Landlords are as bad as JRPG fans, to be honest. Dark Souls fans, you're
JRPGs
close
are
as well.
the fans are the
you're
landlords of video gaming.
Dude, they are, bro. They are. They hoard those opinions and they do not share. Genuinely, that is actually a valid critique, dude. That is genuinely. You could write an opinion piece.
Stinger and have nothing to do with anything we talk about for an hour.
Dude, that is an opinion piece for Polygon.com right there, dude. You got a hit
man.
right there. You could get a freelance gig off that
bottom
one.
line?
Bottom line is, yeah. JRPG fans are the landlords of video games. There you go. It's a good one, to be honest. Might write that down in my Zelda notes. Dude,
we can put it next to Danganronpa as Wii Riverdale and Xenoblade is what was the comparison there?
I don't remember. JRPG.
Anime Doctor Who.
Anime Doctor Who.
Is that what we came up with?
I don't remember that one.
Something to that effect.
JRPG. Well, all I know, yeah, Naruto is Naruto is just Japanese Doctor Who, or Doctor Who is English Naruto. It's just like one of those things, just never ends. One Piece, one of those things. One of those never-ending animes. JRPG fans are the
Grey's
landlords of video games.
Anatomy.
Landlords.
Oh,
No,
God.
because Doctor Who actually has some substance to it.
Oh.
Uh,
I mean, that show's been around as long as I've been alive. Surely there's got to be some substance
What,
in
Doctor
Grey's
Who?
Anatomy.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy. I was like, Doctor Who's been around for 2 of your lifetimes, Kyle.
Yeah, I know.
Nearly 3.
Damn.
Grey's Anatomy is, I don't know, fuck it, we're 1 hour 44 minutes in. My mum has watched
one's hearing
every
this
episode of Grey's Anatomy, dude. That's
What?
crazy. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's just like, we were talking about this last week with Kane. Like everyone has a shit show. When I mean, like
Yeah.
they know it's bad, but
Yeah.
they watch it anyway. And it's like mine was like, like anything that's on the History Channel that's not very good, but it's good enough for me. just like kind of guilty pleasure. I think that's hers is Grey's Anatomy, to be honest. Also, I've seen these Good Doctor memes going round. I've known about this show for years because I saw my mum watching it one time and thought it was fucking hilarious. Because I looked it up and I was like, is the guy actually autistic? And no, he's not. And I've known that for like 5 years, and I think that's fucking hilarious, to be honest. I'm like, this show's terrible. And then these memes have all been coming up in the past week, and I'm like, oh, I see the internet's finally found this show that I've known about for a while. I think it's because my mum used to work in like kind of hospitals and stuff like that. So my mum was kind of in that zone. So she used to watch all the kind of shows like ER and Grey, all that kind of stuff. Don't know why.
Oh, okay. I don't know why you would want to come home
if you
from
work in
work
it, you
and
think
then
you'd want to
watch
escape
more of
it. Yeah. But hey ho, there you go. But yeah. Anyway, on that note, that is our Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom first impressions and early review right there, guys.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom is not like Grey's Anatomy. It's great. You should watch it. Or play it. It's a video
Or
game.
play it. Yeah.
Watch a Let's Play on it, guys.
Read it if you have to.
Read it if you have to. Dude. Yeah.
I feel like
And
that
what's
would
the
be a
collect-
short transcript.
Was the collector's edition worth it? No, not really. I haven't opened the art book.
For some reason in my head, on top of the story, Kyle, I also have like in the window next to it, there's also the game's entire code. And you have to read both of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and here's the amiibo. Look at that.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Look at the amiibo. Does it give you anything?
GameStop gave me
No.
a cool little arm sleeve with the
Oh,
game.
nice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he's got his stinky hand, dude. He's doing the fucking
Doing the one
Kamehameha, dude. I have this outfit now in the game. I found it. It's pretty cool. I even dyed the cape the same color. I'm such a fucking nerd. But there you go.
Good old box art Ethan at it
Yeah,
again.
box art Ethan at it again, dude. Can you see my collector's edition? Look, there it is. Up there. Woo! Up it sits there, and it will stay there forever. To be fair, the thing with Zelda, it's about the same with the game, dude. I don't know why Nintendo just shits out crap for every other franchise, but then when it comes to Zelda, everything has to be fucking premium, and I'm like, it's so weird to me.
It's like Mario is the one that's more like well known or whatever, but for some reason it's like Zelda's the favorite child anyway.
But I don't get it, because it's like, it's like, I was like, that collector's edition was overpriced for what was in it, because it's like the metal poster and there's like metal poster and art book and some pins, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And a steelbook. And you're like, why is it $30 more than all the other Nintendo Switch collector's editions that have similar stuff in them? I'm like, it's stupid. And then I open it and I'm like, yeah, okay, the pins are way fucking higher quality than they should be. Like, most collector's editions have shittier pins than this. I'm like, but why? Why are they high quality then? Give us the shitty pins for $30 less. What the fuck? Why do Zelda fans have to fucking pay more for this shit, dude? It's like, I get it, but
Because they will.
yeah, because they. Oh, Nintendo fans would regardless. If they said to you, Animal
That's
Crossing
true.
whatever is $70, they'd still buy it. I would. We're all idiots. Like, that's just how Nintendo fans are.
Yeah.
But hey,
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. If they asked me to buy, I don't know, the next. If they were like, "Hey guys, Star Fox is coming back," and asked me to
I
buy
wouldn't
it
buy
for
that.
$70,
yeah, you
I'd
can't
be
blame
like,
me for
nah.
that one. No.
I don't even know if the next Mario game came. Well, I've gotten used to it by now, but
The only thing
Right.
is Nintendo has the game vouchers, so you can at least do that if you're a digital person, which is good.
Yeah.
And hey, if you do buy stuff on digital and you haven't played Breath of the Wild, hey, get that digital eShop voucher 2 for 1. Get both of them for a fucking whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Is it $100? I think it's $100.
I think
get
it's 100.
Get both for 100. What a deal! It's like for $200.
Especially since they're probably
video
still selling Breath of the Wild
Full
as
price.
is it for 60 still.
You'd fucking know it, dude. I could go on Amazon right now and I can guarantee that it's still full price. I
And
love the
then you'll have-
Nintendo tax.
And then you'll have 2 video games to keep you busy for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
let's be real
You'll never need to
here.
buy another one
Yeah.
again.
Video games
If
are
you're on,
over.
here's the thing, right? If you are on, literally, it's £60 to buy Breath of the Wild, and it's been out for 6
Nintendo
years, by the
games
way.
are
Nintendo
silly.
games, by the way.
Classic.
But yeah, if you are a Nintendo Switch owner and you don't own any other consoles or anything like that, this is probably, other than Pikmin, but I mean, fucking Pikmin fans, am I right? Lamau. This is like your last game, probably, for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe your last game, period, right?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
Period. Ever.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Because at this point, it's Pikmin and
And Pokemon
the
DLC.
Scarlet and Violet DLC, yeah.
That's about it. Maybe some Zelda DLC.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because they haven't announced the season pass. I think if anything, they'll do like a standalone like $5, $10 purchase, which will be like master mode and a couple of little things. But
maybe some cool other costumes or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's like saying there's not much left on the Switch. But what a way to go out, dude. I mean, fuck Pikmin 4, but you know that'll also probably be an 80 to be fair. But you know,
Yeah.
good old Tears of the Kingdom. It's good. It's good. You should play it. If you're still here an hour and 40 minutes in, then you should play it. If you haven't, but hey. Anyway, that's all from us. We're done. We can go back to playing Tears of the Kingdom now. Links are on screen or in the description if you're on podcasts. Yeah, next couple of weeks are going to be a bit interesting. Like I say, if you can get us to 200 subscribers, that'd be awesome. We'll do a spoiler cast in the next couple of weeks for this. But obviously, until Street Fighter comes out on June 2nd, a couple of quiet weeks. Gives everyone plenty of chance to play Zelda. We'll do some topic episodes. We'll see what we can come up with. Hey, maybe we'll talk about terrible open worlds. We chuck that one in. We could do that.
It feels like it would be a decent one to do in one of these 2 weeks here. Maybe PlayStation will have their thing.
Oh, PlayStation might have that thing, which will probably be the week after next. So, you know, Summer Game Fest is also happening at some point. He put a little JPEG out. Yeah. Which, I don't want to get yourself too excited, Kyle. I don't want to get you too excited. But Disney and Square Enix are on it. We might have a tragedy on our hands. We might have a tragedy on our hands. And let me just say,
Hearts 4.
After the best game of all time, one of the best games of all time coming out, I'm ready for an equally worst game of all time to come out. That'll be also the best game of all time. I can't wait. Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be incredible, dude. I can't wait.
Melody of Memories 2, baby. Let's go.
Dude, I honestly can't wait for that to be a Star Wars world. Mark Hamill does not voice Luke Skywalker, but then he voices someone else. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
That'd be funny.
He comes back as fucking whatever. I got him out. What was his name?
Ericus.
Ericus, that was it. Not Malthus. Malthus is from Xenoblade.
Good job.
Hell yeah. And if you were to ask me to name 2 characters from Tears of the Kingdom, Link and Zelda, got you, bitch. I did like how not Impa, what's her name, one of the researchers who was a kid in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Pura.
Pura. I like how
inventor of the Pura pad.
Yeah, inventor of the Pura pad. I like how she is like, I don't know. I like how she was like, okay, I can reverse the being an 8-year-old or whatever, but she just
reversed herself to being like
20
instead of back.
Yeah,
to
just like 20,
age.
like same age as Link. I just like the idea of this 80-year-old woman accidentally turning herself into a child, and then when she figures it out, going, nah, 20.
I mean, to be fair,
if
if I was 80 and I accidentally made myself a child and then figured out how to control my age, I wouldn't go back to being 80.
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% agree.
If I was ready to be done with living, I would just, depart. I would not make my body get old before I
just like how she figured it out, and she's like, unlucky Robbie. Like, just like, oh, poor Robbie, dude. Pour one out for Robbie. Someone give Robbie that vitality potion, dude. He doesn't look like he's got much longer. Did you see him in the underground, dude? Did you see him?
I did.
I'm surprised he made it. Damn. Anyway, we're done. Thank you ever so much. This is great. This is an interesting one. But it's been good.
I can't wait for that spoiler cast. It's gonna be a bunch of meandering nonsense for probably like 2.5 hours.
Please subscribe, please. It'll be great.
Much like the actual game.
Yeah.
It'll be great, dude. It'll be great. And what we'll do is we'll send Kyle the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes and just see what Kyle thinks about just those 2 sections and see what fucking happens. And there you go. We'll get your feedback, Kyle.
Of the spoiler cast or of the video game?
No, of the spoiler cast.
Okay.
We'll just get like the first 10 minutes of us rambling and the last 10 minutes, and you can figure out what we spoke in between. Who knows? It'll be fun. Anyway, we're done. We'll be back next week. Who knows what's happening? Not Zelda. It's over. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.
See ya.
Toodaloo.